let's start again.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of And Just Like That, We Found Therapy. I have with me today yet another repeat guest, no other than Freya Evans. Freya is a founder of the Lesbian Supper Club, which is a very successful podcast and community and merch.
Yeah, merch.
Yes.
I'm a repeat offender, guys.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me back on.
It is such a pleasure. But today we're here to discuss Season 2, Episode 6 of Sex and the City, The Cheating Curve, where we get introduced to the power lesbians. And since you just introduced yourself as a professional lesbian,
Yes.
it could be no other than you.
Professional lesbian, here to shed light on any lesbian news. I
Always.
feel like if there's ever a lesbian dilemma, just call me.
I just feel like I'm dying to do this episode because I feel like Charlotte, and I'm a Charlotte in this episode in your life.
Okay, yeah.
So
Yes. That checks out.
in this episode, we get introduced to different types of cheating with the 4 different storylines of the girls. And the episode starts with Charlotte doing a big event at her gallery where she is launching a exhibition for a lesbian artist, and a bunch of lesbians go to the event. Miranda's bringing a date from a Harvard mixer. Charlotte is bringing a date who is like a fuckboy who owns a restaurant called Thorn. And then Carrie's bringing Samantha. And Samantha says, like, I didn't know this was like bring your own man kind of event. And Carrie's like, well, it's a lesbian artist. What did you expect? And she was just like, well, I thought straight men always followed them around to see what they're doing. What do you think about that? Because I know that's part of like the rationale on why you guys started your community.
Wait, you mean that the women bring men to...
That lesbian events tend to attract straight men because
right,
they're chasing them to
Yeah.
see what they're up to.
Yeah, so straight men love to figure out what's going on. I think they like to scope out their competition. I think that straight men sometimes are a little bit intimidated by lesbians, as much as they would like to say that, you know, I mean, I've heard so many times, you just haven't met the right man yet from a straight guy. And to which I respond, it sounds like you haven't met the right man yet.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But also there's a lot of creepos that just, you know, lose their shit if they see 2 women make out.
Yeah, I mean, they need to grow up. Yeah, that still happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is part of the reason why you guys created this community.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, me and Scarlett saw that firsthand, and it's something that we became so sick of. Like, I mean, it's something that you deal with so often. And so we were like, well, we need a space for lesbians and lesbians alone. Like, you don't want to have it where it's open for interpretation, or, you know, it's like, no, you're a lesbian, you come, or you're a queer woman, or you are like an amazing ally, like I do have you coming to some of the events as well, but only as like a close friend of mine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It still needs to be that very like inclusive space.
Yes. And then again, I'm not a predator trying to scope out what's going to happen at this event that is going to get me off.
I mean, maybe, but yeah, no.
But this is kind of like the trigger event where we get introduced to the 4 storylines where they talk about cheating. Because Charlotte is so happy because the exhibit is doing so well. She's like sold out. And one of the cater waiters comes in and he's like, oh, I think we're out of champagne. And she's like, oh, I think we have an extra case at the back. And she goes to the back and she finds her date kissing a random woman. And she's just like, excuse me? And he turns around and is like, oh, come on, we're just kissing. So this dives into the girls talking about, okay, like, what's cheating? And they start talking about the fact that for some of the men, like, if they sleep with anybody below 23rd Street, that's not cheating. If they're hookers, it's not cheating, stuff like that. And they start talking about the cheating curve. And I think, you know, this is where Carrie says, like, you forget women cheat too. And then Charlotte is like, yeah, but we're not like men who act because of testosterone, because I have this voice in my head saying, like, you need to procreate, so I go after my feelings. Do you feel that women are more loyal than men?
No, I just think that men have been allowed to be more disloyal than women. So I think that there's always been the narrative in like every film, sitcom, whatever, where the guy is cheating, right? And it's almost become normalized.
Yeah.
And that, the man, he's just like an animal though, you know, they react with their testosterone, they just do this, they just do that. So they're so forgiven because they've got so many excuses. Whereas a woman does it, they're not as excused as a man. That's the difference. It's not the fact that one cheat more than the other. It's the fact that one's going to be forgiven more than the other. And the thing is, especially if it's like a woman cheating on a man with another man, they feel their ego is so hurt.
Yeah.
Like they can't get past that, you know?
Yeah, I do think I agree.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I think so.
Yes.
And I think that what they're saying there as well about like, it's not cheating if it's this, it's not cheating if it's that. And it's like, everyone's allowed their own idea of what their cheating is, but you're not allowed to invalidate somebody else's feelings.
Yes.
By saying, that's not cheating.
At the end of the day, you do need to come together in the decision as a couple of what's safe.
Yes, as a couple, definitely. Yes. But as your friends,
yes.
No.
You
know?
Then the other cheating storyline here is the fact that I think Samantha at the event sees one of her gym trainers and she's like, I'm going to talk to him. And Carrie's like, you know what? You go ahead. You do that. I think I have a headache. Because in the last episode, she decided to, sleep again with Big. Mm-hmm. So she's seeing him again.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what? I have a headache. I need to run. And she runs off to meet with Mr. Big. And she knows it's wrong. Like, the minute that you start lying to your girlfriends, because, like, I understand if you don't feel necessarily like it's something solid yet, you don't know it to anybody to say anything. Like, it's just going to be, but, like,
you're gonna get some looks and you're gonna have to explain yourself, or they're gonna try and stop you from going. So it's like, I'm just not gonna say anything. Like it's wrong if you're lying to your friends.
Exactly. And this man, it still comes out of your lips as somebody who hurt you, like right before you started sleeping with him.
Of course.
So she appears in the scene sleeping with Big, and she says, the guilt, and it's like an aphrodisiac. Do you think that there's something true about things that are forbidden or things that make you feel guilty, like your guilty pleasures?
Why do you think people cheat? People don't cheat because they're sick of their wives or their husbands or whatever. I mean, sometimes they can be. That's rarely ever the reason why anyone ever cheats. They don't ever cheat because of the other person. They cheat because of that forbidden thing. Feels like that dopamine and serotonin rush that you're going to get from that situation. It's like a drug. That's why people do it. Because it's like the most like freeing, horrible, but also great. Like, it's that like that forbidden. It makes you want it more. It makes you want it more because, like, I mean, if they were single, they might not have even looked twice at that person. You know, but it's like
when you fall into a rut, maybe, or like into a comfort zone with your partner, and suddenly it's like, I don't feel butterflies in my stomach. It doesn't get that dopamine hit anymore.
Yes, yeah, and which is why, have you ever noticed? I mean, look at the women that people usually cheat on their girlfriends with. They're usually like a 2 versus the 10 that they're with, right? It's not because they've seen something else and they've desired it so much that they're overwhelmed by it. It's like, no, it's because they know that it's bad and that there is that guilt and that like taboo around it and everything else, which makes it so exciting, which makes it so attractive.
Yeah.
You know, it makes total sense even though it shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, people crave that feeling.
Yeah, no, I agree. Then the other cheating storyline is that Miranda's dating this dude that she met at the Harvard mixer, or whatever you want to call it. And he's like a smart man. And they start kissing. And he's like, do you want to go back to my place? And this dude has a thing about playing porn in sync as they are getting it on. And Miranda's just like, kind of like okay with it. Even though at some point he's like, can you move your head a bit to the right? How would you feel if you were with a sexual partner that needed some external visual enhancement for them to like get in the mood?
No. Right? Nah, I'm alright. Especially I want to find someone who's turned on by me. Like, I don't want to have them like I think that, like, if you're in, like, a long-term relationship and you want to spice it up a little bit and they're like, let's put on some porn or, like, whatever like this, fine. But, like, you've just, like,
at the beginning,
sleeping with someone and they need that. No, I'm sorry. And if that's what floats your boat, you find someone else who's cool with that.
Yes.
I wouldn't be cool with that.
I'd
feel so ugly.
It's not even that. It's like real talk. Like,
I
sex
feel like
is
there's
a place to be super intimate and
to
like
be connected,
exactly.
right? Where's the connection in that?
Yeah.
You've got Pornhub on.
Yeah.
What's he watching?
The worst part is that it was VHS.
Oh.
So he, like...
How embarrassing.
Yeah. So he had to, like, keep on rewinding. And, it showed that he knew exactly at what times, like, they reached orgasm. And, like, he was trying to sink it in. Like,
so he's a porn addict then, yeah.
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 But, like, also, he's building his intimacy with, like, this women in the screen, not Miranda.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you'd feel so rejected.
Yeah.
I'd feel rejected.
I'd feel super rejected. I was like, I might as well be a blow-up doll.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
Okay. And then the last storyline, which is the one that I am so here for it with you, is that Charlotte is at the gallery. The lesbians, or the power lesbians, are like super well dressed, very slick hair, very, statement.
I'm literally wearing a blazer right now.
Exactly. Statement blazers, very...
Yeah.
Like they got everything going for them, including a lot of disposable income to buy out the entire exhibition.
Love them.
And Charlotte's just making small conversation with them, like, oh, what do you guys do? How do you guys meet? Are you guys still together? And she's like, oh, no, we used to date for 5 years, but now we're just friends. So I'm going to buy off the painting and then I'm going to sell it to her in 6 months. Because she's like, oh, that's so cool. Where in the meantime, she's like fending off this dude that is trying to defend the fact that he was kissing somebody because she was upset and like she was friends with his sister or something. She's like, you know what? I don't have time for this. And then these girls ask Charlotte, do you want to grab a drink with us? And she's like, no, I can't. She's like, why? She's like, actually, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And they show this amazing night where they go for dinner to a super hip restaurant, then they go for drinks to another hip bar, and then they go dancing, and it looks so fun.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte keeps on feeding into this thing where she like has not said that she's not gay, but she keeps hanging out with them. And Samantha at one point asks, like, do they know you're not gay? And she's like, no, but like a straight woman can be friends with a gay woman. It's like, sure, but like I feel like you're leading them on. How do you feel that maybe straight girls misbehave when it comes to that?
I think the misbehaving comes more from Samantha saying that she's leading them on. To think that those girls only want to hang out with Charlotte because they think that she's a lesbian.
Then again, she's Samantha. Because
then again, she's
sex.
Samantha because there's always sex involved.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I do think that that's always the narrative though too.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, what if they fancy you? Like,
yes.
From one straight girl to another straight girl that hangs around with lesbians, and it's like, no, we are allowed to just be friends.
Yeah.
It's like that's really not a problem.
In Mean Girls, when
it's Regina, like Janice Ian.
Yeah. Regina says like it'd be awkward for us to be in our bikinis if there's a lesbian in the party.
But those are the kind of things that I used to hear at school all the time. Like even when I wasn't out, so I'd be like incognito lesbian, hearing all of this shit. Them talking about this other lesbian being like, oh, like don't be in the changing rooms with her and like all this kind of stuff. And it's like you're made out to be predatory.
Yeah.
Just because we like women doesn't mean we are men. That's the difference.
Yes.
Right? And like her leading her on, I think maybe Charlotte also, like from her perspective, probably just wanted to appear cool like them and she probably didn't want them to think differently of her because she probably is quite insecure within herself, right?
Yeah. But also coming out of the gates like, whoa, before you invite me out for a drink, I'm straight.
Why would you? And also, at what point really would you just be saying that you're straight unless you're saying, oh, I've seen this guy, like you can kind of drop it into conversation like that, but do you really feel like you need to express?
Or you can do it like I did it with Melly.
Where we genuinely thought you were married. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you could have come up to me and said, by the way, I'm straight, and I would have been like, see, now I wouldn't have known.
Yes.
I wouldn't have known.
We need to tell the backstory.
I know
this is the whole reason why we are friends today. But basically, we both live in the same neighborhood. We both have dogs, so we used to see each other. And I had made out this, the story for them that you and Charlotte were jewelry and furniture designers.
Yeah, absolute liar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew that people thought that me and my best friend were lesbians because we co-parent a dog and we bicker about the dog a lot.
And you live together and you have matching necklaces on.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there were a few giveaways. Fast forward to a day where we decided to make plans together. And we went out to a pub. Mm-hmm. The good old Cock and Bottle.
Oh,
plug
our favourite. Too many people already go.
Yeah. Don't go.
Don't go, it sucks.
Don't go. And it was Scarlett, Freya, my best friend Melissa, and me. Mm-hmm. And at one point, I think you guys were talking about, what you had done that weekend. That
I think we started to talk about a load of gay shit because we felt in very openly gay company.
Yeah.
And then I just said, how long have you two been together? And you
were like, oh, no, we're not together.
And then I went, oh,
you're gay but not together.
You're gay but not together.
Like,
and not gay either. And I was like, no.
Yeah.
And then I felt like my whole body recoiled into hell.
Yeah. I feel like you guys actually thought that we were playing the long joke.
I still think you are. I'm going to get an invite to your wedding within like 5 years, I'd
Who
say.
knows?
Yeah.
It'd
be really funny.
Yeah.
Just be like, Forger.
Yeah.
It's something that Melly would do. Like Melly would carry on a bit that long.
Yes. Her entire family, I feel like, has that commitment. Kathy would also do that.
Yeah. I love that about you guys.
Can't
wait for the wedding.
But anyway, so Charlotte at one point gets invited to this event thrown by, like, who would be the equivalent of the Queen of England, well, King of England now, in the lesbian world. And he's like, oh, Leslie really likes you, or whatever the name of the girl was. We're thinking about going to Telluride. Do you ski? And she's like, oh, I don't ski too well, but, like, I do fuck around with my skis. And she's like, but, babe, we all want to know, are you gay? And Charlotte says, no, but I enjoy the company of this woman so much. And here I want to get your point of view, because then this woman turns around and she's like, of course, babe, but like if you don't eat pussy, you're no dyke. Do you think that that's a valid answer? Like, for a show in the 90s, I also think that was like, there must have been a lot of like roar in the writing room, be like, should we add that? Because like that is out of line.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but she's also not saying that she is a dyke.
No.
Do you know what I mean? She's not saying that she's a lesbian. So I feel like that's where that sentence just doesn't even make sense to me.
So it just feels
Is she basically just trying to say, though, that like if you don't eat pussy, you can't be in this crew?
Yeah. Like you cannot take this ticket to Telluride. There's nice bars. There's nice restaurants.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Yeah.
Do you think that now that wouldn't be allowed because there's a lot more talk about the fluidity of somebody's sexuality, or we're just less assholey?
I think because there is less nuance on straight being straight and gay being gay. There is more of that like fluidity, and they'd never want to like step that line on TV. They'd get cancelled to the high heavens, right? Yeah. And also that like mean lesbian stereotype has always been quite damaging to our community too, of just like that very... I just think...
You can't sit with us.
You can't sit with us. And it's like, I would never, ever be like that, I want you to enjoy all of my gay activities with me.
As the Charlotte in your gay activities, and nobody has ever said anything of the likes to me.
No. And like, but I never would, because it doesn't make you any less valid to me that you're straight. Like, and I think that they're doing like the reverse homophobia. They're doing like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, you can't fight fire with fire. This isn't how you prove equality. Equality is equality.
Yes.
It's not doing the same to someone that has been done to you.
Well said.
You know.
We should know.
Yeah.
We should know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then this gets thrown in the mix that... Do you know what a diaphragm is? Like, is that how you pronounce it? I don't even know.
A diaphragm? Yeah, like, as in here, your diaphragm? That's what you sing from?
No, like something to prevent you from getting pregnant.
Oh!
Is that...
So it's similar to that word, but it's not a diaphragm. It's... Hold on.
Anyway, Carrie they're
know.
all going to a movie, so all the girls are in Carrie's apartment, and Carrie cannot leave the bathroom because her diaphragm, or whatever that is.
What is it, though?
I do think it's a diaphragm. Gets stuck in her cervix, or wherever those things would get stuck.
Oh, they are diaphragms.
Yeah.
They're contraceptive diaphragm.
Yeah.
But also the diaphragm is also here. That's the part where you sing from. Sorry, carry on.
So that's where, because earlier that day, Carrie was doing the walk of shame from Mr. Biggs to hers, and she runs into Miranda at 7 in the morning in the street, and she lies to her. And she's like, I'm just doing my teeth cleaning. And then it's like at 7 in the morning, she's like, yeah, I just like to get it out of the way. And she's like, you're also pretty dressed up for the dentist. She's like, laundry day, lie. And that evening, they're all going to a movie. They're all at Carrie's, and Carrie's like, my diaphragm is stuck in there. Whatever that is and how it got stuck, we shall never know. And Samantha goes in to help her because she's like, I either need to make an emergency visit to my gynecologist, or one of you needs to go up there and take it out.
Yeah.
So Samantha does it.
Good old Samantha.
Samantha.
I'm so Samantha in this situation. I would do that.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm gay, before everyone says it.
I couldn't do it, but because of my nails.
I would do it out of sheer morbid curiosity. And wanting to help.
Yeah, now I would be in the background being like, show me what a diaphragm looks like.
Show me.
Yeah.
Pop it out, baby.
But Miranda's like, oh, we're forgetting about the main question here. Like, why are you wearing that? Who are you sleeping with? And then Carrie says, it started a few weeks ago. I didn't know what it was, and that's why I didn't tell you. But, like, I'm sleeping with Mr. Big. And they were like, whoa.
Hey.
Yeah.
In the words of Melly.
Yeah.
Hey.
Why would you do that? He was such an asshole to you. And she's just like, oh, he wasn't, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And maybe it's just that we have this chemistry for a physical thing. And Samantha's like, so what? This is now like a casual sex thing? And Charlotte says, not even I am that delusional. And then Carrie's just like, whatever, I'm not in the mood for a movie anymore. And she walks off. And then she admits to herself, like, they were right. This was not something casual. And they go out again to a very romantic date. They go out dancing, very old school music. And Carrie's trying to have a conversation. And she's like, so are we back together officially again? And he's like, if you say so. And she's like, oh, that's an infuriating answer. And he was like, oh, like, what does officially mean? And she's just like, well, like, officially. For a writer, she's not very good with words.
No.
Like, for real. And he's just, like, I love this episode because I was such a delusional, romantic, ate up all the shit that Hollywood fed me, that I was like, yes, that is her big love. Give it another chance. You're just being silly. And you can see that, like, she's trying to get him to meet her where she wants to be, and he's just not ready. And he's just like, oh, you know what? I don't know why we broke up. You're the one who left me with 2 tickets to St. Bart's, and like, but I did miss you. That's all he's willing to give. And she asked, did you cry? And he said, no, but I did listen to a lot of Frank Sinatra. And he asked him, like, why did we break up? And she says, you didn't say what I wanted to hear. That was basically, you're the one. Or I love you. And then she cheats on herself. And she says, I didn't want to tell him that it was because I thought he couldn't love me the way that I wanted to be loved. And I said, I think it's because I got scared. What do you think about that? And this is maybe where we can jumpstart the advice to the girls. What would you tell your friend Carrie if she got back together with a man that has proven to be hard? He finds it very hard to commit. And she wants to commit. And then that's what comes out of her mouth. Do you think that it's fair to maybe give somebody a bit of time? Because, like, just because Carrie's on that timeline doesn't mean that Big's timeline is wrong. It just means that she's not being honest with herself.
I think that you meet someone where they're at. Like, she genuinely... The thing is, right, she's always questioning he's not saying he loves me, he's not saying he loves me. Does she genuinely really love him if she's not able to just accept maybe the way that he is? You know?
You have come today with like the knowledge of like 1,000 Sherpas.
I think that we're always so used to saying like people should be a certain way in relationships and they should say certain things. But the difference is everyone is so different and everyone has different love languages. Also, I don't think that Carrie was wrong going back to that situation, because ultimately, like, only she knows how she feels in that relationship, and the same goes for him. It doesn't go, you know, your friends can have their best interest in you, but at the end of the day, their opinion isn't a part of your journey. Like, she is putting herself, she's choosing to go back into this situation. Don't be delusional enough to think that he's just suddenly going to change into this man, that this mold of a man that you wanted him to be. He's showing up, he's giving you a romantic meal, he's saying if that's what you want, about it being, you know, maybe a bit more official now and less casual, she needs to accept that if that isn't enough for her, she can't berate him for him just being him. And actually, if she does truly love him, then you learn to accept it and you learn to take it on board, and you're like, I have just had to accept the fact that he probably isn't going to say certain things, or at least not very often, that I want to hear, but he shows it. You know,
and maybe they'll come to another impasse where like she'll just have to face the facts. We're not compatible because I want to get married and he doesn't, or I want to have children and he doesn't. But like, fine. So how do you feel about second chances in relationships?
I think life is too short. I think that like people, it depends on the situation. Like, every situation is different, but I think that people put too much on, like, you can't go back there, you can't do this, or like the same thing's just gonna happen again, and blah blah. And it's like, well, what if the same thing that happens again is the love that we shared? You know, and people do have the ability to change, people do have the ability to reflect. Things are different. And if you don't try, you'll never know. What song is that? I don't even know, but there is a song. It's like, if you don't try, you'll never know. And it's like, if you feel like there's this like heavy feeling on your chest and you miss that person, why wouldn't you give them another chance? You know, I can't hate the what ifs. The what ifs are bad, babe. They're bad. And the thing is, and if it does blow up in your face again, don't feel like an idiot. Like, you're like, okay, well, it happened again, whoops, you know. It is what it is.
Make your peace with the fact that you might end up.
Make your peace with the fact that it might end up in the way that it ended before. But you can at least say, well, at least I tried. And I didn't always stay with that feeling of like, oh, what if I had? You know, I would rather be proven to be a bit of an idiot than, I don't even think it makes you an idiot.
I'd rather regret things that I've done
than the things that I didn't do. Amen, baby.
Amen. Okay, then what would you say to Miranda, who slept quite a few times with a man that insisted in having the VHS, and when she said, it's either them or me, the dude was like, well, I've only known you for a couple of weeks. These women have been in my life for a very long time. If I were your friend and that happened to me, what would you tell me to, like, lick my wounds?
I'd be like, fucking pull it together, babe. At that point, because I'd be like, you need to see how ridiculous this is. Like, this is fundamentally crazy. You know, and just be like, this guy needs therapy. You need someone who can have sex with you without staring at... Who
can be intimate.
Who can be intimate. And also, it's been a few weeks, babe. Just fucking leg it. Get out.
Before it's too late.
Before it's too late. You don't have any, like, feelings. This is a stupid situation. Get out.
Okay.
I would have to just be so cutthroat like that with you about that. Like, and I would hope that you would do the same. Because I'd also be like, you're worth so much more than that. Like, that is it's below the minimum.
Below the
below minimum.
The bare minimum.
The bare minimum, below that.
Yes.
Is that,
Okay, then Samantha actually has a very funny storyline where she ends up sleeping with her gym trainer, who does a kind of like lightning bolt design, because he shaves her all the way through to the bikini area and does a lightning bolt, and then she goes to the sauna of the gym, and this woman is covered with her towel, sees Samantha walk in naked, stands up, uncovers her allegedly with another lightning bolt. And he's like, that asshole. First off, what's the situation in the lesbian world about pubic hair? How do you guys feel about it? Is there, like, have you ever seen a lightning bolt?
Never seen a lightning bolt.
Me neither.
I've never been with a girl with pubic hair.
Okay, so that's what they were talking about. The fact that it's because men like little girls. Like, what do you think that translates? Is it just, like, more comfortable?
It's just, so now personally, Jesus Christ, don't even make it about the little girls thing, because that always makes me feel rank, right?
Yes.
Like, that's disgusting, and I would never say that about a man, because, like, I genuinely, like, think it's just a bit more comfortable. Like, I mean, I don't have a problem. I think also, like, pubic hair, great. If you want it, great. If you don't want it, great. Like, that is your decision.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of what I like for myself. Like, for me, I just feel like a lot, like, just a bit more organized.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tidy. Yeah.
And
you're gonna wear a
smooth.
bikini.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And
come out.
this is just all there is to it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know. I think that's just it's each of their own. But
yeah, personal choice for sure.
Yeah.
What would you tell Samantha if like if I come up to you and was like, oh, I was this dude, and then he just like shaved my lower bits and did this little design?
I'd be like, that's really funny, but
and show it.
Show me.
Yeah.
And also, it's like, it is definitely him, like, marking his territory, right?
Branding. Yeah.
Branding. Yeah. He's branded her.
I'll feel like cattle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially knowing that he did it to somebody else. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
What an idiot. Especially going to the same
gym. Just a different design.
That has a steam room or sauna.
Yeah, like, you twat.
Yeah. Anyway. And then last but not least, Charlotte, who is one of your friends lately. This poor girl that just thought that she was getting a ticket to the amazing world of like friendliness and good restaurants and good connections and good sales for her gallery. And like, I think she was a bit scared of like coming out as straight in case they would take all that away. What would you say maybe one of your straight girlfriends that was enjoying her time with the lesbians a bit too much and was maybe not so forthcoming about the fact that she was straight?
Not a problem.
Not a problem.
No. Because, like, if she wasn't forthcoming about being straight, unless I'm actively trying to get with you and, like, start a relationship with you, it don't fucking matter.
Yeah.
Like, it literally doesn't matter to me what your sexuality is, like, at all.
Yeah.
So I don't need you to, like, bang on about it.
Yeah.
Like, either way, I don't need you to... I don't know. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel like it's never been a question. Me and Scarlett, we both have, like, you guys, and there's a whole group of you girls, and you're all straight.
Yeah.
And I love it.
Okay, so in my alternative ending to this episode, you would be the queen lesbian, and you would say, yeah, come to my house and tell you, right? Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, have fun.
What other artists do you have coming up? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would never take that away from you, babe. Now, I love the fact, like, it adds a bit of duality as well. I don't need to hang out with only lesbians. Like, there's 100%. Not like a secret clan. There is a secret clan, but you're in the secret clan.
I know the secrets.
So it's fine.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it. Thank you so much, Freya.
Thank you.
Can
I
take this opportunity to maybe talk about your personal projects, what you've been up to, and whatever else you feel like should be plugged in here?
So still carrying on, we've got some really exciting things coming up with the Lesbian Supper Club pod, which you can follow on at Lesbian Supper Club pod on Instagram, and you can find us on all of the streaming sites, Spotify, all the rest. There's a lot going up with that, like a lot more filming now involved with this, which is really fun. We're doing some secret filming for some secret things too.
I saw some clips because I know the secrets, and it's funny.
But we've also got some other secret filming going on too, which is very exciting. There's a lot of navigating like this whole new world. Like I'm definitely now honing into more of like the presenting area, going more into food as well, which I love. I think the presenting definitely needs to come first though, because I love it. Like, that's what I really enjoy doing. Definitely some travel, I think, coming up for this year, and there's just quite a few things to kind of like have a little look out on for.
I'll plug in also your Instagram it's Freya
_ it's Freya.
Yes, and to the Lesbian Supper Club, because you guys are hilarious.
Thank you.
And if you need a guinea pig to test out any of the recipes that you want to do in your cooking ventures, putting my hand out.
Yeah, and I need you to also come to more and more and more of the lesbian events. So, especially now that this conversation has been had.
Yep.
Yep. And I'm
be there.
going to take you on holiday.
Yoo-hoo!
Lesbian clan.
All right.
Yeah. Cool.
Wait until we film that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Bye.